Treetops, boat ride, just you and I, riding off into the night. Treetops, boat ride, just you and I, riding off into the night. Treetops, boat ride, just you and I, riding off into the night. Treetops, boat ride, just you and I, riding off into the night. Treetops, boat ride, just you and I, riding off into the night. Treetops, boat ride, just you and I, riding off into the night.
far smarter than you can ever imagine. There is no obstacle that you cannot overcome, no problem that you cannot solve, and no goal that you cannot achieve by applying your mind to your situation. Go on and
Four, three, two, one. Let's go. Happy Monday, everybody. Happy Monday. Raise your hand if the snow outside threw you off. I raise both my hands. I came into the studio this morning and my station manager, whose name is Basmati Rice this morning, good morning, Basmati Rice, said to me, he said, look, I came outside and it was white stuff, and it wasn't cocaine. I don't know his history. I don't know. You got something you want to tell us, Basmati Rice? Do you got something? Have you got something to tell? Have you got
I just missed Miami Vice because that was their
was cocaine on Miami Vice?
Yeah, that was their main thing they had to deal with. It was cocaine.
Really?
Yeah.
Well, it would be meth if it was still on, right?
Modern day sense, I think it would be meth, fentanyl. Yeah, they'll probably deal with that stuff. So.
Okay. It wouldn't be nobody fine. Like, remember when Philip Michael Thomas was on there?
Yeah, Don Johnson, Philip Michael Thomas. Of course, mine were the two ladies, of course.
Who was the ladies?
I forgot their names. So
if you were to liken that show to something, would it be like Chicago PD or what you call it?
Law and Order.
Law and Order. Would it be like that?
No, I think it would be kind of what it was. I mean, Michael Mann, I like his style. I've always liked his style. And when he did the movie version of it, I think he expanded on it. He felt like the television version he limited himself for the television version. When he did the movie version, he literally admitted the fact that like I was able to do more things with it, and so which I kind of liked. So, and he's also directing the new Ferrari movie with Donald Driver, and I'm highly looking forward to that because I am a Ferrari guy. So.
Ferrari movie about the company?
About the company, about the guy who created it. Yep.
Was he on cocaine?
Probably. I don't know.
You know, a lot of those movies a lot of those shows that I saw as a child, I couldn't tell you what they were about. Like I had to go back and watch. I told you before, Mork and Mindy. I had to go back. I had no clue what that was about. I had to go back and watch. What was the Odd Couple? Remember Fred Sanford's son? Lamont's son was on the Odd Couple, I think.
The new version?
Was it the new version?
Yeah, it was the new version because him and Ron Glass from Barney Miller, he was on there because he played.
What the fuck was Barney Miller about? Was it
It was a comedy cop show.
Okay.
So all they did was like they bring in the perp and they talk about whatever. They just talk. They never gone out and do action. They just talked about the stuff that the perp that they got. So it was just very entertaining.
Remember the show with somebody Rollins? He died. The black guy. He died. Was it Henry Rollins or Harry Rollins? It was in the heat of the night. Was that like Law and Order? Was that right?
That was like good old Southern Justice. It's based off the movie. which then was based off a play, I think. But it was based off the movie with Sidney Poitier.
I would have never like any of those shows. I just couldn't tell you. Now I was watching. I had my client like this was 80s 90s weekend at my shop, right? On Saturday, I have a lot of young people who don't watch a lot of TV. So I put this one, my young client, the youngest one who threw me off. He was like 29, had never seen Harlem Nights. And I was like, your mama them failed you.
You've been deprived.
Yeah, you was failed. But then I went all the way back and I played Boys Are Back in Town.
Oh, Ghostbusters?
No. Boys Are Back in
48
Eddie
hours?
Murphy.
Oh, 48 hours?
No, the first one. He was the cop. Beverly Hills Cop.
Oh, Beverly Hills Cop.
I played that and he had no clue he didn't even know who Eddie Murphy was.
Yeah, that's like almost not know who Michael Jordan is.
I said, are you kidding me? I said, you didn't watch Norbit, like you're 29.
No, if you saw, he's glad he never saw Norbit.
Norbit was the bomb. Like, that was funny. No? Look. What you didn't like Norbit? Okay, he's trying to find some whack ass
Nope.
So
Norbit is you wasted money watching Norbit. You wasted money, and you waste your life if you ever saw it again on any television set. It is a dumb movie. I know it's like a couple years after he did Nutty Professor, because he was like multiple characters and stuff like that. And it was like, no, dude, you need a time out on this. No.
Okay, so remember in Beverly Hills Cop when he walked into the place and the guy was speaking. I mean, I think he was he wasn't Australian. He was like, "No, I made it myself." And
I remember
that guy, he had a show. What was the name of that show? And him and they were roommates.
I was about to say Bosom Buddies. It was not Bosom Buddies. It was Perfect Strangers.
Perfect. Bosom Buddies was Tom Hanks.
Tom Hanks. Yeah.
See, I know a little something. My mama did not fail me. But I did have to go back because you told me something that I had to look up, and you were correct when you said that Mort came in on what you call the show, Happy Days, and I had to go back and look because I didn't even know what Happy Days was about. I didn't know who found none of that stuff. I just watched it. I think because my mom and them watched it. Cell Block H. You remember that?
No, that I
don't. Benny Hill.
That I do remember. That's my Friday night.
That all ran together. Like, that all ran together. So then I'm looking at, I'm moving up a little bit more in the 90s, right? And I started watching, because the Dark Side of Comedy did something for Family Matters. And I didn't realize, like, all the shit that they went through. Like, nobody liked Urkel. Nobody liked him.
No, because he took the show to a level it should never gone. Meaning that he was only supposed to be there for a few episodes, and that was it. But then everyone, the fan base, liked him so much, and the same with the network, so they kept him on as a regular. But honestly, it was like, how it just everything catered towards him and Laura than the rest of the family. It was like you barely
you
saw. You
would have wanted to see somebody. You would have wanted to see the brother. What was the brother name?
I forgot his name. Sorry.
Wally, not Wally. Wally was their friend.
Yeah.
The brother. Darius was his real name.
Yeah, but I forgot his name. But
okay, y'all. What was Laura's brother's name on Family Matters?
Oh, here's the other key thing. So if you remember, they had their aunt, who was Thelma Hopkins. Yeah. Disappeared after the second season. Had kept the little kid. The little son. He was on it for a little bit. And then if you remember, the middle girl.
Kelly. No. Jamie.
Yeah. So Laura's. And
we just never saw her again.
Then, never saw her again until you saw her in a porn movie. So that was
okay, let's be real. Mm-hmm. Whatever did she say that made you want more of her? The sister.
That's what I'm saying.
She just sat on the couch a lot of the time.
And mind you, she was kind of young anyway. So she brought that little kid factor. But the thing
she wasn't no Rudy, let's be clear.
Yeah, she wasn't Rudy. But I think they want that same resemblance of it. But like I said, once Urkel showed up, things changed.
I'm not mad. The mother, first Harriet, the funny one, Joanna Payne or whatever, she and Urkel, I think, did it. The grandma died, didn't she? Did she die on the show?
Not on the show, no. She
But it was those three that I looked at. I didn't.
Yeah, grandma was good and things like that. So, but yeah, it was. Yeah, once Urkel showed up, Thelma Hopkins left, the little kid left. Eddie, yeah,
yes.
There was Eddie Winslow, and then of course the other girl left, and it was just the Urkel Laura dynamic.
He said Bronson Pinchot. Y'all are good. Yeah. Yes. Moe, thank you. No, but TV, and I noticed when I started watching this, because I'm trying to do this little study or whatever, right? To watch those shows that you had to get in your house for and set up, because it was 8:00. Mm-hmm. You would watch those shows and you could see nothing is like that again. Like you can't watch something that goes from week to week to week to week. It just that aspect is gone. I'm not mad at it because I don't really want to.
I'd rather stream. Binge watch. Actually, I think as an adult, as your time gets busier and busier, you want it, and if you have like a moment, I'd rather binge watch. I mean, honestly, as much as I miss those days of rushing home because to this day I'll never forget when we had to rush home to see the first episode of the Cosby Show. The very first. We had to rush because my dad and I and my sister, we were going to Earl's Video, if you remember those days, drop off and pick up some videos and then rush back home by 8:00 just to see that opening.
You had to.
Now,
and the next week you had to see it. Martin was the same way. Martin was the same way.
Yeah. So, but now I feel like there's a million shows to watch, and and especially with any of the new stuff, I sort of like, and mind you, I'm a Marvel guy, so I do watch them, stuff on Disney Plus. I just sort of like, give me a few months. Give me a month to let it build up, and then I'll binge watch the rest, because I rather do that than wait a week, and it kind of bores me. Because right now I'm watching the new Monarch series that features my king, Godzilla, and it's on episode 5, but they have 10 episodes to air. So I have to wait 5 more weeks to finish the season. It's like, no, I'll pause it here, and I'll watch something else until you guys are finished your run, so that way I can finish my run with Monarch, because I said, I'm
F that. Here's how I know I'm old head, right? Because I told you I fell into Chicago PD late. Now they give me one every. I know that's right, and I know that's right. What up, though?
What the fuck is up with y'all? Yeah, niggas was good.
And we got a present for you right there.
Yeah, look at this.
Hey, man, what's going on, dude?
And I know that's right.
God damn it.
What up, though? Happy Monday.
Happy motherfucking Monday. How you be, man?
Yeah, I'm good as they tell me I am anyway.
I'm trying to get my shit together. Hold on, peoples.
Get your shit together.
What's good, though?
Everything.
Every fucking thing is
Everything.
good. What's happening?
It's
been a minute.
It has been. No, it's been many minutes.
It's been. Are we on Facebook?
Yes.
We're out of Facebook jail.
Oh, you got it. You got here.
All right.
That one is less stuck than that.
All right, so what's going on? You see I'm a little rusty.
That's all right. We gonna get you right back in. We gonna whip your ass right back in shape.
All right,
yeah.
So. Oh my God, what's going on? I missed y'all motherfuckers.
We missed you.
I missed y'all motherfuckers. I'm only this is some things changing in my life.
That's what's up.
So I was unfortunately to come in the morning times and be with y'all in the morning. I was still peeping and watching. I'm still watching here and there. I can't really comment like that because I got eyes on me. Can't call in. You know what I mean? Like, it's been crazy.
It's all right.
It's been crazy.
You've been missed.
I missed the fuck out of you. I missed the fuck out of you. Like, I really miss you.
I hugged you on air.
Nigga, I miss you because when you sit here next to somebody every fucking week.
Yes.
And every week y'all sitting there and y'all build this bond with each other, and then when you don't have it anymore, you're sitting there like,
tell me about it. You don't know. I had to
Nigga.
find like my loner energy. I had to like find my own energy
I don't
because
even know how I
I'm
can do
used
that,
to.
dog.
No, I don't know how. Everything in here. No, I'm not a yeller. Everything in here. These papers right here that y'all see me wear every week is filled. It is.
She's got
It
a
comes
bunch
from
of shit.
tone and Kiki energy. That nothing in here is like. Nothing in here is for Tone. Nothing
Yeah.
in here is
Oh,
for
no,
Kiki.
no,
This
no,
is
no.
for us.
We rock together like that.
Yeah.
We rock together like
Happy
that.
Victory Monday, motherfucker.
Well, happy Victory Monday to you.
Thank you very
I mean,
much. I want to hear some good shit from you.
I'm surprised. So I'm not, because normally I'll sit on here and bash your boys.
Yes.
You know what I mean? Your boys have beaten two decent teams. You know what I mean? I want to see if they carry this momentum. I'm not going to jump. I'm not going to bash them. I'm not going to say nothing. I want to see them carry this momentum. I've always been a stickler to saying that the Cowboys are a great regular season football team. I've said that on the show more than once. We are still in the regular season. I want to see if they're going to have that same energy during the playoffs. You know what I mean? Because we know that they just it disappears. Philly is being exposed. I said this. I also said this on this show. That's not the same team from last year. They've been just getting by. There was no conviction in their wins. So, Philly, you got spanked on yesterday. So all y'all motherfuckers, Bishop, with your Eagles fly high. You know what I mean? There's no Eagles fly high, right?
Yeah.
There's none of that.
You know what? I went live last night. You know what I told? I told my kids.
What's that?
I said, turn the oven on. 375.
Really? That's what
We
you
gonna
told
cook some bird tonight. Please
Y'all
turn
cook
the
the
oven
bird?
on.
Yeah, y'all cook the bird.
Cook some bird. Let me say this to you now. We do have the Bills. After that, we have Miami. So that's gonna be the test for me. Like the real, like especially
Well,
Miami.
I think you're gonna beat the Bills.
And then Detroit after that.
You know what I mean? You don't have your rest of your season. You got some teams that are going to be playoff contender teams. You know what I mean? I say it again. This team is always has been a good regular season football team. I've never deterred from that. But we'll see what happens. What happens.
What about your Commanders though? What's up? Talk to me. What's up? What up?
What the fuck you want me to say?
Whatever you
What do you
want.
want me to say?
I ain't heard your voice in 4 weeks.
Them niggas is just a disappointing football team. There's a lot of disappointment around there. I did not expect this team to be the shit. If you want to revert back to the beginning of the season, I didn't expect this team to be a really good football team. I expected us to contend better than what the fuck we are right now.
I let me sum it up in with one button.
I mean, that's just what it is.
But what's the problem, Tone? Like, if you can identify one thing, and I don't want you to say, oh, it's the coach and it's the owners, because we're done with that. What's the problem, do you feel?
I think, so I'm going to still say it's some of the coaches.
Okay.
And I'm going to still say, because even though you have a new owner in there, you know what I mean, you still have old regime shit in the head office.
It's not.
So they didn't get to do a fucking full, even though a new owner bought it, you still have some of that old shit, that old negative thinking in that fucking building.
You got to do a cleanse.
You know what
Your
I mean?
house stinks.
It does. And it needs to be cleaned the fuck out. I mean, just what it is. You need to clean it out from top to bottom. Clean it out. If you're going to rebuild this team, rebuild this team. Now, moving into the offseason, this is a very lucrative spot. All of a sudden, Washington doesn't look too bad right now. It doesn't look, because we got shit ton of cap space. You know what I mean? You got new owners, new regime. You can build your own culture in this joint. So does it look good for potential coaches? Yes. I don't know what, I don't see Riverboat Ron still going. I think when he fired Del Rio, he should have been fired right along with him.
You think so?
I've been saying this, that he should have been gone. He's over, he's done.
Do you think him being y'all defensive coordinator, he's a defensive coordinator or O coordinator?
He was a defensive coordinator.
No, now, like since
you talking about Riverboat Ron?
Yeah, since Del Rio got
what
fired.
the fuck? He's taking over, and it's still the same shit.
Okay.
This team couldn't stop the parked car.
Is Miami and his way clashing? You think Miami he's scratching and trying to?
So here's my problem with Miami. Here's my problem with him.
Mm-hmm.
You have some offensive weapons. You got Scary Terry. That's just where's he at this year? What happened? The run game is like, what the fuck? Where did that go? You know what I mean? Where did that go? I mean, I get it. Sam has got these fucking numbers,
Yeah.
but they're empty. They're empty to me. They're empty yards. They're empty. What do they mean?
Yeah.
What does it mean when your team isn't doing what it should be doing? So, I mean, at this point, nah, I'm not happy with it. I'm not happy with it, but I'm going to stick around, and we're going to see what happens in this offseason, how they clean house, what they going to do. You know what I mean? You got some good shit in the draft. Like I said, I want them to lose every fucking game
So
for
you
the
can
rest of the
get
year.
high. Get
You want them to tank.
draft pick.
Yeah, tank it. Well, at this point, what do you got to prove?
Just
Well,
fuck
here,
it.
What do you got to prove?
let,
Because
let
those
me
games
let
are
me
bullshit now.
let me throw in this aspect.
Okay.
Mind you, yes, the new ownership is a good spark, but the real thing, I do agree. Ron Rivera, he is the pseudo GM of this franchise.
Yes.
And he's not a good talent evaluator
Thank you.
at all. I mean, you
fair.
got a lot of talented players, but really it's like, no, you need a GM to separate, that duty from him to properly evaluate. And like I said, they have not, since he's been on, no, you cannot,
No.
it cannot work like this.
If you want to GM all of your videos, come over to Cowboy.
But mind you, the thing is like, as long as, Ron Rivera is meddling in it, in that aspect, and think about it, the draft picks that he's gotten, since he came on, it's like, really, they haven't panned out.
Yeah.
So,
That's true.
so really, it's to me, he needs either if he's going to stay on, you have to hire a GM. But if he leaves, you have to hire a GM first. Because honestly, because
GM
you
can
remember
GMs can
when,
coach.
because here's the thing: when they fire Gruden, they let go also the GM.
And they need to. They
And-
need
and
to let
at
the
same
GM go.
time, yeah.
Okay.
That's what I was saying.
'Cause that's the
They
thing.
got to go in and clear house. It's
You're
got to
right.
be the
You're right.
regime. Everything
You're
inside. You got rid of the owner, but the infestation is still inside your head
stinking
office.
thinking.
You got to get rid of all that shit. Get rid of all of it and start fresh. Everybody's job should be on the line right now. You do not give them another year. You do not. You don't do that. You just don't.
So by enemy should stay though.
I would like to see him stay.
I want to see his full.
I don't know. I'm curious if he does.
You think would it be his decision, like fuck this, or you think it would be part of their package?
I'm not sure that they would be part of their package to get rid of him. Right?
Mm-hmm.
I think somebody might try to offer him another job. I think
Okay.
what was the team that was inquiring with? I think it was Chicago.
Chicago.
Yeah.
It was Chicago that was inquiring. So that does that worry me? Yes. Yes and no.
Okay.
Well, here.
Yes or no?
Speaking of Eric Bieniemy, I want to throw this question out because everyone's been kind of wondering about what is wrong with the Chiefs, and because ever since he left, a lot of their offense kind of has not been the same, and it's kind of well elevated last night because a lot of people saw Patrick Mahomes and his McAuto not clicking so well. So I want to ask you this question.
Okay.
So here's the thing, because this was the thing that stood out last night. So Mahomes felt that his team was onside, but the referees called him. There's the rarity of offensive offsides. So
That is offsides.
thank you.
That's offsides all day long.
To point that way. Yes.
Yeah, that's offensive offsides. You can't do that. And he was crying. He was like, "Oh, that's a shitty call. It's not a shitty call, dude. Look at the tape. It's right there for
It's
you.
right there. It's right there.
It's right there for you to see for yourself."
Who y'all play next?
I don't even know. I don't even
Play
care.
Chicago.
I don't even know. I don't even care.
Speaking of Chicago, the way y'all did the Lions yesterday.
Oh no!
She's back on that
No,
again.
we're not
She's
gonna
like
do
that.
that. You know what I mean? Own them.
The way you did the Lions.
Okay.
Yesterday.
Oh, now it's the Lions. Okay. I got you.
Okay. And Ravens. Yeah. Great job. Great job. Odell Beckham Jr.
Oh, you didn't see my reaction?
Thanks for. No, did I send you something?
No, I posted on my
Oh,
Instagram.
no, I
I thought
haven't
you
gone.
saw it.
I haven't
but
seen it.
I that touchdown from Wallace. I mean, that was epic. And I to be honest with you, I thought that was a trap game for us. I really did. I didn't anticipate them winning.
Okay. Listen, I just was happy Odell Beckham Jr. was in the building looking good. Good.
He's been pretty good for the last several weeks.
Okay.
So, just to clarify, here's what the schedule for you guys are.
Okay.
For the Cowboys, they will face the Buffalo Bills, and it'll be a nice little primetime game for that, though.
Yes, sir.
The Commanders will be facing the Rams in L.A.
Hi, Matt Stafford.
Yes,
see
and
Matt Stafford shit on
your
it.
other team, the Lions, they'll be playing on Saturday against the Broncos this Saturday.
And they might lose that.
So-
They might lose that. I'm telling you, Russell Wilson. Hey,
We'll
my
see
boy.
what happens.
My boy.
We'll see what happens.
Okay.
You know what I mean?
All right. Well,
All right.
before we get going, I want y'all to know that tonight, Block Burners is having their ugly Christmas sweater bike night tonight. And understand something. If I don't show up, Block, it's because it's got a doubleheader on the night. It's 2 games on the night. So if y'all want me to come, please have 2 games on that TV at the Red Crab.
All right. Oh, I want to also give a shout out to Pretty Misfits for having their fucking anniversary this weekend.
Yes.
It was kind of dope down there. Definitely good vibe with them ladies.
Yes.
Congrats to y'all ladies.
And the Omens had their bowling thing this weekend.
Oh yeah, I heard about that. I
Yeah.
couldn't do it.
Yeah.
I can't do that.
Yeah.
Down for the count.
Well, your son can.
He was running track this weekend. Actually, AJ runs track now. So he
Does
was
he?
up in Lynchburg running track, man.
He
So-
done bowling? Or
No, he's
not?
still bowling, but you know what I mean. He wanted to do some track too. So you know what I mean. Versatile, get him into other sports. Even though I want to put a basketball in that goddamn hands, but he's like, "Nah, Daddy, I want to run." So I was like, "Okay, well,
Run, nigga, run.
that ain't matter." All right.
Listen, so you know in your absence, you have not,
I
since you've been in
haven't done
training,
shit.
since you've been in your absence, I've not done top tier caucasity.
What?
I couldn't.
Oh
Uh-oh.
my
Is that me or you?
God.
Is that me or you? Oh, shoot.
She
Yes.
tried.
I
Tried?
I did it.
Nobody has done it.
No, but it's
Because
been
now-
shit
now-
to
now-
say.
Now, here's what I'm gonna say.
I didn't want to sound like a clown though. I didn't want to.
Here's
I don't
what
want
I'ma
nobody to
come out- okay?
compare and
Here's
then
what I'm
say,
gonna come out and say. You know what I mean, through my training and through this
"Uh-oh."
this new job, strap on your boots because here we go. I was at the one point in time I couldn't say fucking Washington Gas, but now I can say fuck Washington Gas. I have moved on to a new career. You know what I mean? I am officially with Columbia Gas now. I'm a service tech with Columbia Gas. I work out in the Warrington area. I work out I'm actually
Congratulations.
Warrington. I be in Herndon area. Night and day difference
The
from
atmosphere.
from Washington Gas today. The atmosphere is completely different. The demographic is a little different.
Okay,
Let me say that. Demographic is different.
you got pink people.
Nigga, when you look at that motherfucking cookie, there's probably a sprinkle of one chip here, chip there, and maybe a chip there.
And you a chip.
So I'm a chip, right? But that didn't matter. It doesn't matter with them.
Nice.
You know what I mean?
Nice.
It does not matter with
Nice.
the vibe and everybody I met in that
Nice.
company is everybody's pleasant, everybody's nice to talk to, everybody's willing to help you and shit like that. So I'm enjoying it. You know what I mean? I'm happy. So that's why I had to take a choice. You know what I mean? Whether to stay, I miss doing the show, but then I ain't turning down that money neither, dog. So yeah, but definitely. Screw you, Washington Gas, but I want to give a shout out to the Verberg family. This guy that I used to work with at Washington Gas, he was a young kid. You know what I mean? And I guess
He passed away.
he took his life.
Damn,
You know what I
sorry to
mean?
hear that.
So I'm sorry to hear that, and definitely my thoughts and prayers are with him and with his family and everything. You never know what somebody's going through. This is a time of year where people are struggling. Holidays are rough for a lot of people, so just reach out to somebody. But yeah, I'm very happy at my new position with the gas company, with the other gas company. That's what I do.
Well,
So-
in lieu of his new position and new time frame, Real Talk Uncensored will be moving to a new time frame. We will still be on Mondays.
Yes.
You will see the promotion of that time coming in the next coming weeks. So look out for it. But we
It-
kind of want to start the new year that way, so we
Yeah.
have time to like get people on board and get used to the idea of it. It just has to be that way.
So
It has to be.
so it has to be, and I want to thank Bellware Radio. I want to thank everybody. I want to thank Kiki and them for working with me through this. You know what I mean? And so you have to understand, Kiki has worked with me. This is about the dopest motherfucker I know because she's worked through me with everything, with job changes and shift changes. Because we originally started, we were evening show.
Evening show.
We started on Monday evenings.
Yes.
And then my shift changed and I couldn't do it. And she was able to work with me and say, okay. And we moved to the morning. And now the new job has come along, and Kiki's still willing to work. So go flowers to Kiki for being such a dope individual and making it work so we can do this thing. You know what I mean? So like she said, the top of the year, things are going to change a little bit. You won't be able to see us on the mornings no more, but stay tuned for the new time slot for the evening. It's going to be Monday evenings.
But block your Monday out, though.
Yeah.
I don't give a care what you do.
Since if you guys are coming into the evenings,
Yes.
I'm going to give her one more chance. I want Ty to show up. I want you to call. I want her butt in his seat one day, just one. Ty. Just one day in the evening.
It works up
Ty after dark. That's all I want.
We want Ty after dark. Ty, you've been your presence has been requested for an evening show. I think evening shows will be a lot because we're going to change up. We'll be able to bring some people in and stuff like that because people don't work. So morning times is kind of hard to get people in, but the evenings, you're going to see something bigger and better. We're going to go even harder next year. Trust me, it's going to be dope.
Believe that. Right. It's been hard for me to get some co-host in your absence. Like,
really?
People just work. Like I realize that even I work every Monday, and I just have the fortunate ability to kind of move around a little bit in my job. Thank God to my job to help me to move around. But a lot of people that want to just can't. Like, first of all, traffic. People coming from this area, the traffic, and you know that the traffic be trafficking.
Yo, so that's so. Check this shit out. So I don't have to deal with traffic. So I take back roads to go to fucking work.
Nice.
Back road, I see farms, I see fucking cattle, I see all kind of shit when I get to work, right? And I don't have to deal with traffic. So the other day I had to come back and go up the highway, and I was like, this is some cold bullshit, man. I don't even want to sit in that shit no more when because you get used to not having to sit in that shit, and you can drive the back roads and you don't got no traffic. Yep. But yo, now to go sit in that shit is stressful. I don't know how, man, fuck that. You know what I mean?
Blackout said, Tone, give it some time and then come back and tell us how they are.
I'm definitely going I'm gonna definitely do that, Blackout. I'm definitely, but right now I'm real happy. Because it makes it easier for me because I know the job. I think the hard part for me right now is learning their terminology on how they do things and the way they do things. It's a little different. Their terminologies, but the work is the same. So I loved what I did. So doing the work, that's not a freaking problem at all. You know what I mean? So
you running a 4-3 when you used to run a 3-4.
Yeah, something like that. You know what I mean? Their terminologies, they have acronyms for everything. And I'd be like, yo, I'd be lost. Everything is an acronym. And I'd be like, what the fuck, bro? You know what I mean? So it's going to take some time. Repetition, man. That's all it is.
Siren said, you're not a chocolate chip, sir. You're a macadamia.
Oh, no. And that cookie, I am not a macadamia because a macadamia is real.
You light, though.
I'm light, but I ain't that freaking, what the fuck is this?
Thank you very much, Cyrus. She said, yes, my president is dope. A little dopage over here.
Yeah, she is dope. All right. So
let's get it.
In the midst of seeing things, I've seen a lot of things these last few weeks, and I've seen them at their best, seen them at their worst. You know what I mean? It never ceases to amaze me, the power of the mountains. Listen to the power of the mountains, and listen, man, I'm trying to tell you because they got me close to the mountains. The air is definitely different there. I am a firm believer of that because I got a whiff of the air. You know?
You look a little, your winter color coming through.
My winter color, you see, just being out there is trying to change me. You know? With that being said, I've come across some real people, and I think this week's top tier is really going to get to you. Now, think about your weeks that have gone by. How many instances you've seen white people in?
Yeah, every day.
Think about that. I want you to pause that in a second while we bring you
Top Tier Caucasity.
And this is the news from the people that live in the tippity top of the mountain. I was only at the crust of I was at the bottom of the mountain, right? And the air is different. I thought when we talk about people in the valleys, no. If you're close to the mountain, the air is different, and you're going to act differently.
In the vicinity.
Well, check this shit. I did not cut you off yesterday, Moet. Stop that shit. I didn't even see y'all.
What's up, Slam? Good morning.
Moet, shut up.
Moet.
Moet. Before I get into this top tier shit real quick, Moet, I love Moet. I'm not, her name is Moet. It's not Moet. You always get me saying that shit. So they got mad at me. I got a phone call yesterday on my way home because they was like, yo, Tone, why you ride like you drive? You cut me off. I cut you off. I didn't see you. You know what I mean? But y'all were just lying on me. But Moet was dressed a little different this weekend, and I had to I was like, what the fuck?
I'm gonna go look and see.
Put some clothes on.
I'm gonna go look and see.
Now, top tier, Carl Cassidy.
Yes.
Alexandria, Virginia Housing Authority mailed out a warning about the city's ski mask ban last week. And some recipients say it feels prejudicial, right? The law has been on the books for years, though it's rarely enforced and was entirely disregarded during the pandemic. The letter notified residents effective immediately. Alexandria police will arrest anyone over 16 who is caught wearing a ski mask, but only went to the residents of the public housing, you know what I mean, right there in Old Town, right? It was meant for those to hide their identities. Now, here's the fly shit behind this story, right? Mm-hmm. The white people in there, because you know in that in that housing authority right there in Old Town where they be at, you know what I mean, it's all people of color, right? And it was only sent out to them, it wasn't sent out to nobody else. You know what I mean? And you know, okay. And so the police chief came on and he said, "You're not arresting nobody for wearing no mask. I got more important things to do to be worried about." I don't know what they talking about, but I'm telling you what we not gonna do. Okay. Now, I support that, right? Here's what I don't support is when I guess the white people kind of scared because you walking around with these ski masks. Okay, get it. I ran across a couple kids with ski masks, and the first thing at my age I'm thinking about, if you try me, I'm gonna put you down.
Yeah, that's
you know what I mean? Because I get it. There's no need. I can understand if you lived in Chicago where this shit was fucking freezing cold and you needed a ski mask. You know what I mean? I could get that. But you live here in Virginia where it's not that fucking cold where you need a ski mask. What the hell you trying to hide? I get it.
They
You want to say
that shit in the summertime too.
Yes. If you want to say, oh, it's because of COVID, you know what I mean? But when I'm looking at you little young niggas, I'm telling you, one of you little niggas, you're gonna be a statistic. That mask gonna get you caught up, bruh. You know what I mean? You just can't run up and you can't be walking around everybody like that with that mask on. I'm just saying.
I had a situation where I guess somebody had on a mask, not a ski mask, the COVID mask, and the same thing happened to them around our way. The people kept saying, "Hey, COVID is gone, da da da." That's what I'm scared of. I'm scared, like, and they saying over 16. I'm afraid that random people that stop and frisk shit. It's just I'm afraid of stuff like that. I think that it's a slippery slope when you start making laws like that. I get it. I don't want to be robbed. I don't want to be carjacked. I don't want to be none of that stuff. However, for though it's a slippery slope.
It is though. But I mean, I'm looking at it from the other side of the table. It's like, yo, I gotta walk into the store and I got fucking 5 youngins with all masks on, standing there like they scheming on me. I'm gonna be, you know what I mean? Like I'm gonna got my eye on you and I'm gonna have my finger itching on that trigger, dog. Like, yo, what the fuck, yo? You're not gonna get me because little young niggas running around here acting real reckless, doing real wild, crazy shit, man. There's no guidance for these little young people out here. That's another story for another day, though.
Retro said Baltimore has the same law.
See, B-More got that law. You know what I mean? Philly passed this law.
Oh, Philly too?
How do you? I mean, literally, if you think about it, how do you feel about that shit though? Like literally. It's a slippery slope for you. I get it. I get what you're saying.
I'm not mad because it's extreme. The shit is just crazy.
It's gotten out of hand now. I think it ties in hand with the crime that's going on. You know what I mean? A lot of these young kids, and it's young kids that you see them wearing these little joints. Like my son came into the house and had that shit on. Nigga, take that shit the fuck off.
I told you, my nephew took his school pictures with the ski mask on, and I asked my sister, "Did you wear his little ass out?" And I don't know why the school let him take it.
Wow, that's
crazy. His senior pictures. He got on a red blah 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 and a freaking ski mask.
Man, that shit is crazy, B. That shit is crazy. Like, what the fuck? I would have whooped his little fucking ass. Boy, I wish I would have thought some shit like that back in the days. Catherine would have strung my ass up in the flagpole, wearing me up and down the man. God damn it. Listen.
Absolutely.
A man recently told police that Melissa Marie Curtis, 31, of Upper Marlboro, right, had sex with him more than 20 times while he was a student at Montgomery Village Middle School. The man was 14 years old at the time. Curtis was 22. Sometimes in his mother's home and in the car on the school grounds where the mom caught them. The man told the police that in 2015 he engaged in sexual acts with a 31-year-old Curtis who was a teacher at the school while he was a student. The alleged abuse happened inside the school. Curtis's car at the various residences in Montgomery County between January and May of 2015, while the victim was 14 years old and she was 22, according to police documents. The documents say Curtis provided the victim with alcohol and marijuana.
That's how you got her.
That she had sexual intercourse with him more than 20 times when he was in the 8th grade. Okay.
That's how you get him. Give him some weed. What should happen to Miss Curtis? What should happen to Miss Curtis? If your son bagged the 22-year-old, see your face. What should happen to Miss Curtis?
So at the end of the day, I guess rape is rape. You know what I mean? What made him want to come forward now? What made him want to come forward now?
Well, let me say this: as a
did that traumatize him?
Yes, as a person who has had similar things happen. I was never raped, but someone did in my family did touch on me one time. And guess what? I live with that every day. Like it shows up in my life. And while it might be different for kids or whatever, while it might be different for boys, and sex is still sex, and it changes who you are when you first have sex. And then you start realizing, because Diddy.
Oh, we will, because he's in my own segment of niggas gonna nigga. He is in my own segment of that nigga. They gonna get this.
You
nigga.
See my segue? It does things. It does things. You act the way you act, and marijuana and alcohol, like a lot of that stuff, you got to keep going with it. Like that shit, young sex is traumatizing with somebody grown, and then you look at it when you're older, like ew, like you was fucking a kid.
Yeah. Okay, so, not to be funny or nothing like that. When I look at this and I listen to this scenario, right? He's a little boy, right? 14, yes. Right? It's the different. I think for me, it's a little different when a woman gets raped. And some of y'all gonna jump on me, but okay, that's fine.
You with it?
You know what I mean? It's different when a woman gets raped, right? But nigga, your dick got hard. You was aroused. You was turning on. You know what I mean? I don't think she fucked on you. You was fucking right back, my little nigga. Let's be realistic here. You was fucking back. Because at the age of 14, like, nigga, we was fucking. We was trying to fuck. You know what I mean? Like, come on. So I'm going to give you your props because you felt like it traumatized you and everything. But from man to man, at that age, though, my nigga, your dick got hard and you slid in that pussy. She didn't just motherfucking make your dick get hard and slam it in the pussy. You
you wasn't
nigga,
there.
you got high, you got drunk, you was with the shits. You know what I mean?
20 times.
20 times. You was wearing that 22-year-old pussy out. I mean, I get it. And so now you have freedom. And I understand. For me, it's always a difference when it's a woman. It's a woman, you know what I mean? Nigga, take a woman shit. You know what I mean? Yes, but, yo, when you look at it as a man and be like, oh, she raped me. Okay, that's a gray area there for me. There's a gray area there for me. Especially when you're talking about like 14, 15 years old.
Yes. Nigga,
you was down to be fucking. You was, at 15 years old, I wanted my dick sucked every day. I wanted to fuck all day. I just fuck it.
I think until it's over, everything is fun. Like the excitement and probably anticipation of it is different. But I think when it's over, it becomes something. Then you start growing. Like Diddy.
Okay, let's get right to this nigga. Because this nigga.
Do you think? Let's go here.
Let's go here.
So back in the day when Diddy was popular and he was fucking Foxy Brown and Jay-Z was fucking these people and all other stuff, right? Mm. That women envied her.
Yeah.
Men wanted to be him.
Yeah.
Everybody allowed it. And look now, everybody's traumatized behind it. That may be the case with this little boy.
Okay.
Like later on, like the smoke them blew off of it, like the definitions of what sexual abuse is and what child abuse, those definitions started to hold strong. And you look at how everybody started acting.
Yo, blackout. Man, I was like that too. My older babysitter gave me some pussy when I was young. I was about 11 years old, and she gave me some pussy. You know what I mean? Yeah, nigga. And it's what it is. My little dick got. I ain't switched. And so sorry, I ain't switched sides. I enjoyed that shit. Oh, that's how that shit feel? That's how that feel? Oh, I like that.
Oh my God.
Why? What you don't feel sorry for me, nigga? I was fortunate. I was like, damn, nigga. You know what I mean?
What mind? Like maybe land meat, which penis is gonna be referred to as land meat. Maybe land meat wasn't a plenty. Maybe she couldn't find. What she look like? Was she bad?
She was baddie. Mimi was baddie back then. I mean, my standards when I was a kid, she was a little baddie. You know what I mean? A little red bone joint. I mean, I was like, yeah.
I wonder.
You know? And she was older. She was a little thicker, so she was older. She had a little body on her, and I was like, okay. You know what I mean?
Let me say something. My uncle, I think it was an opportunity crime. I think my uncle wanted a little something, and I was the only thing around. I don't know. My uncle was for lack of a better term, my uncle was fine.
Okay.
Like I used to think he was my favorite uncle. He was always had women, and he was just somebody I looked up to. But I think I was just there. I think it was a crime of opportunity. I think when she took you, it was just.
So for your uncle,
was y'all kissing? Was y'all rubbing on each other? Like
we were playing house. You know what I mean? We were playing house. You know what I mean? And so we was the parents. You know what I mean?
This went on over time or just this day?
No, it went on over time.
Okay. See, and it never happened again. And my uncle never, like, we just never, that was that one time. But that's still not a passion,
though. Like, yo, I mean, she looked at me different. We wasn't related. She looked at me and yo, I was with the shits. So here's the thing. I was with the shits as much as you know what I mean? Like, I couldn't look and be like, well, she raped me. No, I was with the shits too because my little dick got hard and I was like, yeah.
Young. I'm sure that was your first time. Did you know about coochie?
No, I didn't know about it. I learned that shit then. After that, I was a fan of the coochie. That was one of my top things. That's definitely my number one was
like,
coochie.
oh no, what are you doing?
No.
Why not? No, you didn't know?
Because, yo, my dick got hard. I felt some type of way. It was like, yo, it was different. You know what I mean? Yeah, she had to show me what to do, but once I figured it out, nigga, yeah, every time after that, I was clapping them cheeks. What?
Okay.
You know what I mean?
Did he do it or did he not do it?
Diddy did that shit.
Diddy did it?
Diddy did that shit. Diddy did that shit. Diddy, and I said that.
To men too and little boys?
Yes, I'm not surprised. Yes. Yes, I think Diddy goes all the way around the board. So when you have one report, right?
Mm-hmm.
You may have two reports, but when you have 3, 4, 5, 6 niggas is all saying it pretty much the same shit. Mm-hmm. Nigga, they ain't all lying, Diddy. They ain't all lying, B. You know what I mean? You like man booty. You know what I mean? You just like doing wild shit. You are no different than an R. Kelly. Now, I'm going to say this. I've said this on the show before.
He different. R. Kelly wasn't fucking boys.
You know what I mean?
It's not even alleged.
What was the dude? What was Harvey Weinstein?
Yeah.
That was his boy. Him and Diddy was cool.
No, I get it. I'm saying, like, I think R. Kelly is different.
R. Kelly wanted to fuck little girls and pee on people.
That's a sickness, too. Yeah.
That is a sickness. I'm not saying R. Kelly is any better. I'm not saying that. But what we won't do is just be like, oh, R. Kelly's this bad man and overlook these other motherfuckers that were predators
Jay-Z?
too. The other motherfuckers that were predators too.
Because
so
Rihanna was 14, so was Foxy Brown.
So when you go back and you look at this back in those times, that was accepted. This is what these niggas did. These was predators. And these weren't conversations that were being had back then. You're talking about the times when shit happened inside your household and you wasn't allowed to talk about it. Mm-hmm. You just was like, yo, don't talk about this. No, back then, it was accepted. You know what I mean? It wasn't nothing like to see a grown man pull up to a motherfucking high school and the little young bitches be surrounding his car. This nigga have little bitches in his car.
Yeah.
Niggas was doing that shit. That shit was wrong. When you want to look at New Edition, ain't no motherfucking better. I'm going to say it. Yeah, right. Listen to some of these lyrics. You know what I mean? Niggas was singing about shit that they were doing. I may be young, but you ready? You may be young, but you ready. Keith, you was doing it too. Yo, was all with them shits back then. So now, I feel like when R. Kelly went down, you should re-examine all of these motherfuckers. But the problem, here's where Diddy fucked up. when Cassie came and was like she dropped that lawsuit, that nigga dropped that bread real quick.
30 minutes later.
So when you drop that bread, you open the door for the sharks.
So,
you poured the blood in the water. Now everybody gonna come get you, bro.
So here's my thought, right?
Either that or he fucked up with the Illuminati. He did some fucked up shit with the Illuminati, and now they bringing him down.
Here's my thought on that, right? So I'm not a billionaire. I'm a hundredaire. I'm not a billionaire. But I feel like once you get in those left, like, okay, let's go here. Tone, you got money and you got women at your disposal. Everybody know Tone got money. Women just in line trying to get a little piece because you're a powerful man, right? But then you get up in ranks and you start really getting the bag and you start spending and looking like it. And then there's another set of women on top of the women that you can already get. Yeah. So now your dream used to be 2 women. Now I got 10. Okay. That's boring now because all I do is get 10 women. So now we start inviting the drug in here. I got to make it fun. Like I got to up the ante a little bit when I'm that. Then you start getting weird shit because coochie is coochie. This is that. Threesomes are threesomes. You know what I'm saying? There's nothing new under the sun. You got to try a little bit of booty. You got to try a little bit of booty. And listen, because the more money people have, the more perverted their thoughts are because you have access to everything. Nothing is off limits to you when you're a billionaire. Nothing is off limits. Okay. So people test that, I believe.
So you say if nothing is off limits, that's fine. You know what I mean? But you still have to have some morals as a man, and you're doing this shit to women that allow, but it's going to come back to bite you in the long run. It's going to come back to bite you in the long run. Obviously, Diddy, you've been doing this shit over the years because you've been at this stature for years and you've been able to do this shit. You cannot possibly think that you untouchable, like nothing's going to happen to you. Hold on. Look at what happened to Bill Cosby. You ran and was doing this shit and it was socially acceptable.
As long as Diddy ain't trying to buy CBS, I think he'll be fine.
I don't think he's going to be fine. I don't think he's going to be fine.
I don't think he's the mass takedown will be now because now we're starting to look at the Harvey Weinsteins. You bury R. Kelly under the jail. You gotta do something. Yo, you cannot let this go by.
I don't give a fuck how much money this nigga got.
He can't do it.
So you can't pick and choose the motherfuckers you want. Yo, all them niggas, I don't give a fuck if you're a billionaire or not, nigga. There's certain moral codes that you should have as a man. And when you doing these shit to these women, nah, nigga, what the fuck?
You know what your moral code as a man looks like? You know what form moral codes come in the shape of? Kanye West, fucking 50 Cent, what's his name? Dave Chappelle. People who don't catwin, people who don't bend and who don't fold. Yeah. Everything that girl Jaguar Wright been saying for the last 5 years, they called her crazy. They called Orlando, the little youngin, that's crazy.
He may be a little cuckoo for Cocoa Puffs sometimes, but I think the nigga was traumatized.
There's a reason why. Absolutely. And the stuff that you say, because you're a little cuckoo, because I know your history,
niggas
your mental history. Yes, I blow it off. Until now, when
you can't blow this off now.
You can't blow this off. They said the little boy from Crisscross killed himself. The dark skinned one. Mm-hmm. They killed himself. They said because JD was fucking him or was pimping him out to men.
I wouldn't be surprised. I mean, I wouldn't be surprised.
Allegedly, I'm not saying that. Allegedly.
I mean, it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. You know what I mean? It doesn't matter. Clearly, money gives these niggas a sickness. Or now here's the other question: did they have the sickness before they had the money? Was it a sickness before they had the money?
But the money allowed it to come to the surface. It allowed
it. So the sickness was already there.
Yeah, the access. Now
I don't give a fuck if I'm a billionaire and I got money and I can do what the fuck I want, man. There's no way that I'm going to do certain shit to these females. Like, nah, nigga. It's not in my moral code. It's not in my motherfucking brain to think like that, to do that shit. Like, some of this shit you doing to these females is like, nigga, I get we on some freaky shit and we trying to explore and shit like that, but you taking that shit to a whole nother level, Slim. That shit gonna come back and bite you. That shit is borderline like, nigga, what the fuck is wrong with you? Diddy, you going down, nigga. I don't give a fuck. Everybody's not lying. You know what I mean? You going down, nigga. And hey, what would make me happy is a lot more people go down with him. You know what I mean? A lot more people, because in this scenario, you know what I mean? When we look at the R. Kelly situation, R. Kelly went down, right? By himself. Yep. But it wasn't just him.
Yeah, right.
So why, you know what I mean? Why are we letting everybody get a pass? I don't think you should get a fucking pass, B. Nah, nigga, if you got sickness, go get some help. Do something with you.
So here's where we finna split hairs. People gonna be mad at me real quick. And it's okay. It's okay. You know me. I like to have opposing views about stuff, right? And I'm not saying don't never want to discount or diminish a victim's experience. Of course. If you say that this man did all this stuff, we gotta believe you. Right.
Unfortunately.
However,
I said that. Unfortunately.
Cassie came and she went and she came back. Cassie was on the side the whole time. Like you said about the little boy, you wasn't, that little boy wasn't, the babysitter just wasn't fucking you. You was fucking her back.
Yeah.
Like, women, when will we stop getting into situations that suit you until situations is no more?
Don't suit you no more.
At some point, it's a choice. We watched it. We envied it. A woman wanted to be these women, and some people are complicit. They're complicit
talk about it.
in their own thing.
Let's talk about it. So now, yes, we're
So,
looking. I'm looking for fucking Diddy's head on a platter. But like you said, if you keep going back and you know this shit is foul, why would you keep doing this shit if you know this nigga's doing some foul shit to you? Why keep going back to do it? Maybe because the situation, the money, you can live your life, you can do whatever. He was doing whatever for you, blah blah blah. But then when you didn't get your way, this is the way you got. Fellas. Be mindful of this shit, because you experience, you giving this woman a certain type of lifestyle that she's used to, and when you like, yo, fuck it, I'm not fucking with you no more like that. Here come allegations, because now we know a lot of women to lie, that have lied on dudes and said, hey, he did X, Y, Z to me, and no, that wasn't the case. I think in this case with Diddy, yeah, nigga, you went overboard, bro. You went overboard. You know what I mean?
Come on,
Now,
Basmati
if
rice,
you
that's
taking
what they
man
say.
booty, if you liking man booty into, that's a whole nother level of sickness that this man has. You know what I mean? I'm not saying, hey, if community people, if you love booty, that's your problem. I don't give a fuck. But the way Diddy's going about it is a sickness. It's not, you know what I mean, who he is. Because Diddy doesn't identify as gay. Diddy is like, yo, I'm not gay, I'm not gay, I'm not gay. Well, humping a nigga in the ass, what's that make you? I don't know.
They said if you get humped, that's men's.
What?
The mansplain. When men mansplain, they say, look, ain't nobody never went in my booty, so.
Who?
Yeah, they say if you do.
Wait, say that again?
If you're doing
The down low.
yes, if you're doing the doing, then that.
So if you're the pitcher, right?
Yeah,
You're pitching,
yeah.
you're not gay. But if
You're not gay.
But if you catching, you're gay.
Yes. That's mansplain.
Nah,
101.
nigga. Nah,
I mean,
nigga.
isn't it like
Nah, nigga.
when you
Nah,
hear that?
nigga.
No, don't you hear that in the the prison is like, no, I'm just fucking a dude, not
Yeah,
taking
I ain't
it.
getting fucked.
Nah, nigga.
Because they
You
say
trying
that,
to-
they say
you
the
just
dude.
justifying. You just trying to justify that for yourself.
They say the dude that is pitching is not really the feminine one. Like he ain't the one who you kind of see with that.
Nah,
They
nigga.
said getting it
Nah,
done is what
nah, nigga.
makes the woman
you
esque.
Okay. Let's go here. That nigga, you niggas are justifying your behavior, trying to cover up the fact that you gay. You know what I mean? Ain't no way. I don't give a damn what you say. That means you have no control over your marriage. You want to fuck a nigga in his ass, and you not gay? Make that make sense to me. How is man booty not gay? You looking at a nigga walking down the street, I just want to plug him in his ass. You want to fuck a nigga in his ass and you not gay? You can't sit here and justify that to me and be like, I'm cool with that. I'm not gay. No, nigga, you gay. You know what I mean? You gay. You 1 ounce away from a nigga plugging you in the butthole.
So Ike said, wait, Cassie was a kid per se. Diddy was in his 30s. She felt her career, in quotation, was in his hands. Powerful men will use their influence. She even was drugged in the beginning. Tasha says, good morning. Why did she stay so long? She could have left several times and never go back. She kept her own place the entire time. That's what I'm saying. That is where complicit. That's where you become complicit.
She got to take ownership there. She has to take ownership there. I give you that.
Well, see here, okay. If knowing the kind of the storyline,
Yeah.
I remember towards the end, it got to the point where it's like she did. Yeah, it was this back and forth. You know, she'll come and go, and you hear the breakup. They're back together. But towards the end, I think I remember correctly, she gave him an ultimatum to marry her. Mm. And it got to the point where it's like, no, he wouldn't do it. So, because also the fact, what you were saying about Sean Combs, I will refuse to say any of his silly pseudos.
Okay.
He literally said he's supposed to be the modern day Playboy. He wanted to be like the late, great Hugh Hefner. That was his mindset. And I just viewed it as like, all right, dude, fine. You can have all these plethora of women, but last time I saw you being emotional was for Ms. Kim Porter, the mother of your initial few children earlier. And then you said it, and I remember a quote stating you that I wish I should have married her, and you didn't because for whatever reason, like you said, your mindset is just all out there about getting enough whatever because you figure you could do anything and everything. He is a narcissist, purely.
Yeah.
And I've never liked it. The day and it was shown on when he had making the band. It was clearly shown.
You can go back. Listen, so I went down the YouTube rabbit hole, right? And all of these things is what I saw on YouTube. This is not I don't know none of this. I'm just going to repeat what I saw, just so let's be clear.
Yeah.
But the Danity Kane girls came and spoke out, but people buried that. Now everything is coming back up. The fact that the narcissism came in when he made them kids walk from whatever to wherever to get that cheesecake. Like a lot of that stuff is coming out. And they even said that that he had Kim Porter killed because she was gonna come out with a tell-all book. That's the rabbit hole. Like if y'all go on there today, it's all coming up, and it's stuff that happened or that was spoken about years ago. That when we was on a Puffy train, people wasn't trying to hear it.
Of course, when this man is flying high and everything like that, you don't want to hear the fucking accusations and rumors. Everything is lies. It's not true. You know what I mean? But at some point in time, you gotta own that shit. Some point in time.
But the thing is, I think for the black community, we always want to say not our own. You want to protect them as long as you can because you want to keep the music going, especially when they're in the music industry.
So we should mute him too. Should we mute Puffy music too?
If you did,
I mean, will that happen?
But the stuff that he's on, especially when he raps, because he's not a good rapper.
I'm not muting R. Kelly for no goddamn body. I'm playing that music.
But he was muted. So is it fair to say if all this stuff comes out, we should mute Daddy?
Okay,
they should, because I like Biggie.
Yes, I mean, the way I see it is this: the day if whatever officially, legal, sentence that he ever gets happens. No, just, mind you, he produced a lot of good tracks. I will continue to play Last Night by Keisha Cole because I felt like that was one of her best songs on her album. I mean, mind you, he's a talented producer. I'll give him that. But as a person, fuck him. I just I will not, everyone will praise about his business sense. Fuck that. That guy is a freaking vicious barracuda that I do not want to be anywhere near.
So what about Jay-Z? Should this stuff turn because he's our favorite guy right now?
Mind you, Jay-Z, I mean...
The Illuminati loves Jay-Z. They
you can say that. But the thing is with him, I think his life has turned around. I mean, he mind you, going from the drug dealer to the way he is now.
So why the RICO law ain't why is he exempt from that?
I mean,
statute of limitation.
There's no statute of limitations on certain
so
shit.
Why? Listen, these niggas is going down for their art. Like, what makes him different?
Yo, this nigga married his though. Jay-Z married his. I mean, she's not gonna press no charges on this nigga. She's not gonna bring this shit up. I mean, matter of fact, speaking of Jay-Z,
I'm talking about RICO law. Listen, everything that he spoke about in the 90s was about drugs. He single-handedly.
Okay, but you have proof to back it up. Because a lot of these niggas be lying, in their lyrics. They be lying. Let's be realistic. Let's just say, call a spade a spade. These hip-hop artists, a lot of them niggas be lying in their lyrics. Niggas,
they stand on business.
They want to fuck, they want to lie because this is what their streets want to hear. This is what these motherfuckers want to hear them talking about. It's not that these niggas is really doing this shit. Some of these niggas is not really living this lifestyle. They may know a nigga or know a nigga that knows a nigga that's living that lifestyle and they can talk about. But I don't think a lot of these niggas is living that lifestyle. That's just bullshit. And if you're one of them dudes that believe in these dudes, what they talking about, like they living that lifestyle, bro, I got a whole motherfucking a planet I can sell you. You know what I mean? You could have your own nation on this planet, nigga. Damn.
I just want it to be fair. Because fair ain't fair. But I just feel like if Jay-Z was smashing Rihanna at 14 and you was smashing, and it's a whole song now, because now I went down a rabbit hole, Foxy Brown music was about Jay-Z. And Jay-Z is 50, almost 60.
Jay-Z, so here.
He's like 56.
Hey, Jay, you disappointed the fuck out of me, bro. You watched this nigga in the interview?
Yes.
It was the most saddest shit I've ever seen.
Yes.
He was just terrible. Now, Jay-Z back in the days, did you do some shit with Foxy? Okay, well,
Yeah, she said it.
I mean, a whole bunch of them niggas. I said this before. A lot of niggas was doing shit like this back in the day. You know what I mean? Is she going to make a big stink about it? Is
she
going to file
is
a lawsuit?
now. Yes.
Is she going to file a lawsuit?
Yes. Now because of the Puffy stuff, and
if she files a lawsuit, Jay-Z pays. You know, he might not. He might not even play. He might just she'll just disappear. Somewhere or another, she'll disappear. The niggas got that much. Jay-Z got more pull. I gotta say this. Jay-Z got more pull than
But if we reaching back in the closet, we going in the closet. We got to go on everybody. Like that's
and I agree with you.
And I think when people,
I agree with
when
you.
do not, you get the DL Hughley's and the 50 Cents who be pushing for that shit. 50 be pushing for that.
Yo, it's fair. Right is right. Wrong is wrong. If you were wrong, you need to be held accountable for your actions. You know what I mean? 50 is just a stone cold troll. That nigga's the funniest nigga
And you gotta
ever,
love him.
Ever.
Charleston
you know
White.
Yeah.
You better love him. You better love him.
I don't like Charleston White.
You don't?
I do not like Charleston White. Charleston White is a pussy. He is a fucking stone cold pussy. You know what I mean? I don't give a fuck what you say. Somebody can forward this to him anywhere. This nigga's a sucker. You know what I mean? He's a sucker. That's what this nigga is. I can't stand that Bama. That Bama, he gonna tell y'all what y'all want to hear because he think he's funny and whatnot.
Troll.
But when it comes time for one nigga, he gonna try. Yeah, nigga. I'm the type of nigga, you run up on me, I'm going to drop his ass right where he's standing and fucking piss on him and walk away. I can't stand that nigga.
He's proven just what he said. Because, listen, I done went down the rabbit hole. Y'all know this, right? So he used to come out and speak. He had a tie on. He had a white shirt on. He was speaking. He was talking this shit.
Yes, Randy, he did. Fat Joe did.
He was talking this shit, right? He was talking this shit. But then nobody listened. Soon as he started making up stuff and started acting like a whole troll, the bag went up. You know why? That's what people want to listen to. So he said, you know what? He said, grown people get offended by what I say, but never check for what I do in real life. And we get, I got in here somewhere, we get hung up on words. We get hung up on words.
I still don't like that motherfucker. Fuck him.
I didn't like him at first until I started. I went down this rabbit hole.
I'm not, if I go down this rabbit hole, I'm trying to fucking bring his fucking neck down the whole rabbit hole. I just don't, the nigga just gives me weirdo vibes, you know what I mean?
So Fat Joe just came out and said everything I rap about was a lie.
He
better say it.
But he did.
He better say it.
He did. He did say that shit, you know what I mean? Like, bruh, a lot of these niggas, nah, nigga, they really wasn't about that lifestyle. They wasn't doing none of that shit, you know what I mean? You niggas just, man, nah, get the fuck out of here.
So our kids is falling for that shit.
Huh?
Our kids fall for that. Like drugs and the killing people. Like there's some people in real life who do this shit in real life. Like there's no question.
Of course.
But I think the people who do it don't talk about it. I
Why
think
would
real
you?
people don't do right.
Why would you? Why would you talk about it? If you're really doing this shit, why would you glorify what you're doing and let the whole world know? Nigga, you move in silence. If you doing shit like that, you're not telling nobody. You just gonna get it and keep it moving.
You know who I believe did it and talked about it, and I believe he did. I think T.I. did that shit. I think T.I. to me was one of the most people who just didn't give a fuck. I think he
It's
really,
possible.
he really that
But
nigga.
you look at now. Back then, you know what I mean. Back then, you weren't going to fucking jail because of your lyrics. Niggas wasn't using your lyrics against you in the courtroom. And now they are.
He was going to jail for other shit.
You know what I mean? Yeah. I'm trying to tell you. So look. Let's get into some other shit real quick.
All right.
You know what I mean? I'm gonna bounce back to these niggas going nigga because this is some real stupid nigga shit. Matter of fact, before I get into this, a man in Washington D.C. allegedly, a man in Washington D.C., I'm gonna take the word allegedly out. A man in Washington D.C. stole the police cruiser from a local college campus to do some personal shopping. This nigga. You know what I mean? He did some personal shopping at the Lowe's on Friday while he remains on the run. Police allege the man took the control of the University of the District of Columbia police vehicle from one of their campuses around 3:45 in the morning. Right? According to police, security footage shows the brazen thief wearing a black hoodie coat and black jeans calmly parked the gray 2020 Ford Explorer outside of Lowe's before strolling in and doing some fucking shopping. This nigga said, I need some shit from the store.
From Lowe's.
I ain't waiting on the Uber. I ain't taking no lift. Oh, shit. Man, I can park right up front with this joint, Slim. Niggas gonna think I'm the feds. Nigga, you stole the police car.
And
you
went
are
shopping at Lowe's.
You are a nigga. Hey, it was the crazy thing, that nigga still on the loose. They found the cruiser, though. Mm-hmm. They did find the cruiser. They never found the dude. You know what I mean? Nigga, you are the hood nigga of the week, bro.
You got away with that shit.
I ain't mad at him, bro.
I'm not mad.
I'm
if
not
you
mad.
can get him, look, I was just playing, but if you're gonna do it,
Yo, if you can get away with that shit, go ahead, and he did. All right.
okay.
So I'm on marriage experts, right?
Mm-hmm.
Say these are 5 questions you need to ask and answer before you walk down the aisle and say I do. Men, ladies, this is what you need to talk about.
Okay.
Question number 1: is there anything that you are not willing to give up on once we're married?
That's a very appropriate.
That is the number 1 question. Let me ask you. Let's shut up, Rick. I got a bum arm, and you start talking about bowling over there. Shut up, Rick. All right. So once again, this is the number. Is there anything that you are not willing to give up on once we're married?
That's a fair question.
I think that is a fair question.
And I'm gonna have
But
to.
but here's a question. The question to that is: are you really going to ask people that? Would you think about asking? Because this is a question you need to ask. You know what I mean? Because a person may have been living a certain way before you got married and was comfortable this way. And if you were expecting him to change, probably not. You should have asked him this question. He would probably tell you right then and there, no, I'm not going to give up on this shit. I'm not gonna, you know what I mean?
Number 2.
I'm going to be like Diddy. I'm going to fuck little boys in the ass.
Oh my God.
Pause.
Number 2 question you should ask before you walk down the aisle.
Uh-huh.
Can you handle me doing things without you? That should have been number 1.
Really?
That should have been number 1.
Why? Why should that be number 1?
A lot of people believe marriage means hinged and
It doesn't always mean that.
no, a lot of people feel like that. So when I get married and now you got a life and you traveling with Underworld and I feel like, wait a minute, I ain't signed up for this motherfucking. Wait a minute.
Well, okay, so now I was doing this shit before that, and I was living and traveling. So you know that was part of that was. Reverts back to question number 1.
Yes.
Is there anything you're not willing to give up on once we're married? You know what I mean? But can you handle doing things without me? I mean, yo, if I was asking, yeah, I can. What the fuck? We ain't got to do everything together, goddamn it, nigga. Go do you. You know what I mean? I'm gonna need that space.
That question is it's a pertinent question though.
Oh yeah, it is. Okay, question number 3. When conflict arose, did your family use the silent treatment or calmly discuss disagreements or slam doors?
I need to know that too.
You need to know that?
Yes.
You know what I mean?
I need to know that.
What does it matter?
Because I want to know what you're used to. I want to know what you're used
question.
to.
I can see that. I can see that, what you're used to. I can see that.
My daddy told me, don't in my Michigan voice, don't slam no doors.
Not no doors around here.
Don't slam no doors.
Right. So these are some questions. If you dealing with a woman or you thinking about, you know what I mean, like, yo, I'm thinking about, yo, this might be the one for me. These questions, some of these questions,
yep,
you need to ask, ladies. You need to ask some of these men these questions because that's a moment of truth. You know what I mean? Moment of truth, nigga. Do you still see yourself cheating on me after we get married? You know what I mean?
And be honest, because we don't got to do this shit. Like, we don't. Number 4. This is a very good question for 2023. What is the most you'd be willing to spend on a lamp, a pair of shoes, or a pair of jeans?
Really? You got to ask that?
You got to ask that.
You really do?
Some niggas break the bank for shoes. You know that?
Nah. What's considered breaking the bank for shoes, Kiki?
When you go in somebody's house and they got $9,000 worth of shoes in here, but I need an oil change and can't get one.
Okay.
It's excessive. Like, if you a sneakerhead, no problem.
Yes.
This your shit, no problem.
That's what I do. That's my fucking vice right there. But I'm not going to go out and spend $1,000 on a pair of shoes.
I need to know that.
You know what I mean?
I need to know what's the most. I need to know what the most. Because women, me.
Yeah, hold on.
If I want it.
Women. Y'all will go out and break the bank on fucking some shoes and purses and shit like that.
Yes, sir.
Your accessories, y'all breaking the bank on them joints. So, yeah, it shouldn't be a problem. My daughter looked at me and was like, why you need so many shoes for? You only got one pair of feet? Nah, nigga, I need options, baby. I need options on top of options on top of options. Sometimes I may be wearing some shit and I'll be like, I'm going to wear that, and then I change it on the fly and go a different route. So I got to have options. But I'm not going to break the bank on it. You know what I mean? I just bought the new 11s that just dropped the gratitude.
I just bought somebody a pair of shoes, right?
Yeah.
$300.
Damn, really? That's okay. Well, it depends on what they were.
Those 11s weren't even out yet, and I got to.
You jumped on it, because that's what they were going for. They were going for. My man hit me up and was like, yo, nigga, in case you can't get the joints, my man got them joints for $300. I was like, yeah, what? I'm going to wait. I said, I'm in a raffle. I got into a few different raffles, and I was able to win the raffle one of my raffles. That's how I got the joints, and I was like, bet.
And you pay, how much was it without minus the 300? Because I got them
It
the
was
first
like
day he dropped.
230, 240,
Yes,
something
so
like that.
I had to get them shipped, so that it ended up being about that. So, yeah. I'm saying 300 because I'm rounding up, but what?
Yeah.
I said.
The shoes is like that. You know what I mean? I get it. I mean, it's no difference. It's okay. It's no difference what you wanting to get your hair done. Because listen, because you do hair.
Yes.
You do hair, right?
Yes.
So it doesn't apply to you.
Yes.
But when women that want to get their hair done, they get their hair done every other week and shit like that. Yeah, that shit adds up. Because what y'all be spending $350, $400
Let me tell you
to
something.
get your hair done?
I earn a living doing hair. Just all we gonna say is I earn a living. I earn a great living.
So you see that. So you can't compare my shoes when you out here spending fucking $400-$500 every time you get your fucking hair done. Hair, nails, and all that shit. And I'm talking about a pair of shoes that drops every couple months and I'm gonna go out and buy. No, they're not the same, baby. They're not the same. They're not the same.
That's why we have these questions.
You gonna really spend a grip on a lamp though?
I mean, that's some people's. That's their
Okay.
jazz.
Okay, so here's number five. Here's number five, right?
Mm-hmm.
If we have children, are you willing to change diapers at 3 a.m. and miss important meetings if our kid is sick?
Great question. Great question. Before I pop your bun out of my oven. Great question.
That's not even a question you should ask before you get married. That's a question you need to ask before you even fucking start having unprotected sex with a motherfucker and thinking about getting pregnant.
That's fine too.
You need to ask that question right there.
That's fine too. But all this.
What kind of the fuck? What kind of fucking what do you call it? Did you have? What kind of parents did you have? That should tie back into like when you were asking about the conflicts arose. Yeah. That should tie into how did your parents treat you as you coming up, because that's going to affect how you are as a parent sometimes.
I just need to know if I'm going to be doing this whole morning thing by myself. I need to know that. I need to know if every time the kid gets sick, you calling me because you don't want to leave work. I need to know these type of things. Like, that's important in our relationship. You want to be equal? Let's do this. Like that. This is important. I fuck with this question.
So I
didn't ever ask any of my kids' dad.
I ask you guys, right? I'm asking you guys. Are there any other questions that you think would be important to be added to a list like this?
Yep.
You know what I mean? And I know it's not conversation that we don't fucking have.
Of course.
People don't have all the time. But these are conversations you have, especially if you're getting really serious with somebody. And this is the person you know what I mean? What other questions do you think should be added to this list?
Yep.
It's good questions.
301-761-1040.
Yeah, call me. Tell me what you know what I mean? I don't want to hear a voice. I ain't heard no voice no time soon. You know what I mean? What else we got here, Kiki? What else we got?
Okay. Important times you should be silent at all costs.
Okay.
Can I give you that?
Yeah, I got that.
Okay.
I got that.
Be silent in the heat of anger, because the tongue works faster than the mind.
It does. And I'm still working on that.
Okay.
For me, I'm going to be honest, I'm still working on that, because sometimes when I'm angry, you know what I mean, that fucking rage and all that shit gets the best of me and my mouth will fucking flow. But then later on, as I think, I'm like, damn, nigga.
But you know what? That should be that thing should be tied into the questions over there, since you asked that. I need to know, like, because my sister, for example, right? My sister side of the family, they say shit like, hope your mama die. Like, they say shit in a fit of anger. Yes, fuck your dead grandmammy. They say stuff like that and then come back and be like, you know I ain't mean it. I never did that. I don't say things out my mouth that I don't mean or that I would not want.
You say some shit like that
about my mother.
You know what I mean? And you look, I hope your mammy dies.
Yeah, and fuck your dead grandmammy. They say that and they come back because everybody say, well, you know how we are. Like, I need to know what type of stuff y'all do in arguments, because I will slit your throat behind some like words. Yes, behind words. I will.
It happens, you know what I mean? And so people feel comfortable with it because you know what I mean, that's the way they joke with each other. So that's the way they were raised to be with each other. Like there's certain things that, you know, that's off limits for me. You know what I mean? Like I taught my son, you know what I mean, because he's watching his little friends outside, you know what I mean, doing that shit. Don't do that, because if you're gonna get mad, you're gonna take it somewhere else. Yeah. Prime example, like fucking play fighting and shit like that. Yeah. When niggas wanna be out there slap boxing, don't do that. Let's not do that. You know what I mean? I set boundaries. I set boundaries in the beginning to let people know. You know what I mean? I let you know where you at and what you can do. If me and you are comfortable like that and we can join on each other like that, then that's cool, because I've given you that right to do that. But if we don't know each other and you want to join like that, nah. Even if it's family, I'm not playing with you like that. Nah, nigga, I'm gonna have to come at your head. That's where I go, because my mama taught me that. You know what I mean? We was outside, I slap boxing, and I slapped the fuck out this kid, and he wanted to fight for real. And I was like, I didn't understand.
We was playing.
I thought we was playing, and the nigga got serious. You know what I mean? subsequently we got the scrap behind the shit. But my mother was like, that's why you don't play with your hands. You know what I mean? Because some people, what if happens if it was the shoes on the other foot and a nigga slapped you? How would you feel if you got slapped and you felt it was a little bit disrespectful? You would get serious. It turns into a situation that you could possibly potentially avoid. You know what I mean?
I feel like I think when babies slap people, I don't like that. I don't like for your baby. You're not teaching your baby not to do that because I feel a way. Don't hit me. Don't hit me. I don't hit you. Don't hit me. I don't care how old you are. Like,
boils
don't.
Down to teaching them as a child. Keep your hands to yourself. You know what I mean? Like, you know what I mean? Don't play because I'll hit kids back. If you can't control your kid and your kid slap me, I'm gonna slap the fuck out your kid back. Fuck your kid. Fuck them kids. Be silent if you don't know the full story. Jump to conclusions and cause misunderstandings and unnecessary conflicts.
Yes. Be silent if your silence can save relationships and bonds. Even every thought don't need to be vocalized.
Be silent if you can't talk without yelling. I gotta work. That's why I'm working on that. Sometimes I get
like
emotional.
your honesty. I get
emotional and fuck you. And so for me, it's not that sometimes I'm not yelling at you because I be passionate about what the fuck I'm talking about. And it's not me. And some people take me when I'm speaking loudly like I'm degrading them. I'm yelling at them. No, I'm speaking passionately about my shit. Something that I'm trying to work on. Things that I'm working on.
Okay. Be silent when you feel too emotional. Be rational.
Facts.
Please.
Facts.
Do that.
Be silent even if the words you use will be silent if the words you use can destroy friendships and relationships.
I gotta work on that. All right, I gotta work on that one.
Okay.
Be silent even if your words will simply offend. There's always a better way to say something. Unless you need it.
Unless you're me.
Unless
you're me. That one there, nah, I just say what comes to mind. And sometimes you're offended, but it is what it is. All right. Be silent when listening is more beneficial than speaking.
Mm-hmm. Be silent when you are unsure of your own feelings or motives. Most introspection requires quiet.
Be silent when the environment is tense. Sometimes adding words may add fuel to the fire.
Really
you get that vibe, you get that feeling like, yo, it's real, it's a fucked up thing out here, something's not right. You know what I mean? And then you say some shit, and next thing you know, pow, that shit is exploding.
I'm gonna post these on the page because a lot of people. I'm gonna post this on the page.
Show that shit, post that shit on the page, so they need to see that. They need to also see, you know what I mean?
A person, the one that speaks to me.
Batman had a good question
What'd he say?
Need to add to the list. So did Nomi. Nomi's got some good questions up there. Batman said, "How do you feel about me being a people person, especially towards the opposite sex?"
That should be on.
Woo! Woo! That boy, Batman. Woo! That's a good one there. Do you expect? His Nomi. Do you expect me to not have a job and take care of the house?
That's a good question.
It's a good question. Her other question was, are you passing 100% of the bills? It's a decent question. Questions you should add to that. But that Batman question, boy.
Oh, I have one more.
Okay, you got one?
Are you a freaking hoarder?
Ooh.
Oh, yeah.
That's a good one. Are you a freaking hoarder?
I'm a border hoarder.
Are you a border hoarder?
I'm a border hoarder.
I don't know if I am. I want to say maybe a little bit of me is a little bit is like border hoarder.
Oh, and I got one more. Do I have to deal with your damn ex who's dying, who's probably the ex of your kids, mother and father of your kids and all that stuff? Yeah, throw him that question, Miss Kiki.
Oh, well.
Happy birthday to my ex. Happy birthday, Ryan, my kid's dad's birthday day. And to my best friend, Shonda. Happy birthday.
All right, so at that point in time, these are some dope questions, and these are some questions you should ask. Because, like, if I'm dealing with you, I don't want to know about your ex. I could give a fuck about your ex. You know what I mean? Like, do I got to hear about it? Or am I going to be compared to your ex? Or are you still dealing with your ex? You know what I mean? Do you still have some type of fucking ties with your ex? Now, I understand if your ex is your kid's father, right? Or you know what I mean? Anyhow, your ex, y'all got kids together. I can understand that to an extent.
I was going to say, yeah, even still.
To an extent, there's got to be boundaries set in place. You know what I mean? And if he feels or he or she feels comfortable to violate them boundaries, then I'm going to violate both of y'all and just leave the fuck on and move on.
I'm gonna tell you what comes up about the exes, right? So I was watching something on I think TikTok or something, right? Came up where y'all got to be careful when y'all go. It is advised when you go and get dental work done, you under anesthesia, bring somebody that you not your significant other, because it's been said in these instances that that's a truth serum. So the guy sat there, he had his, had the laughing gas or whatever, was getting his teeth worked on, and he was recovering from the surgery. He's sitting in there, and the girlfriend is saying something. She was like, he said, man, that's why I love you, because you so stupid. She was like, I'm stupid? He's like, yeah, you believe anything I tell you. So he's sitting there. She said, what? Like what? He said, yeah, you be thinking I don't be fucking bitches. I fuck bitches. And she was like, well, she said, were you at your friend's house last night? He's like, no. I was at my baby mama house. He said, well, we don't have, she said, wait a minute, we don't have no kids. She said, oh, my side bitch pregnant. All this she's recording. This is, look, the dentist came in, or whoever they came in, and the thing kind of got shut off. I first of all applauded her for having the patience and the wherewithal.
She kept herself together.
Yes, I do that too. I need to get the full story.
Yeah.
I need to get all of it.
Okay.
I don't need to my emotions. I got to sit them to the side, and that's hard for me.
Understandable.
That's hard, but I'm a master at it now. Like,
I mean, nigga.
So don't take people to the dentist. Which did you love?
Oh, here's another one Batman question. Do you have soul ties with any other man on this planet? Now, he's asking the questions because a woman can ask you the same thing. Do you have soul ties with any other woman on this planet? But that's a good question there.
A lot of people have to Google.
Do y'all understand? Do y'all understand what soul ties are?
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? I implore you to Google that and look up what soul ties are. They're very real. They're very fucking real, and it does happen. You know what I mean? But I may go over some of y'all heads, and y'all may not think it's real, but it is real. It's very real. That's a dope question, Batman.
So
You know what I mean?
my understanding of soul ties, right, is like it is a forever thing. It is just one of those things, right? I, to this day, can't tell you that I've had soul ties. Now, I've been enamored by someone. I've been so in love with a person. Like I've been about this nigga because I'm over the moon. Like he's so delicious to me. Sorry, watch your arm.
No,
I do all of that, right?
I'm on
but
drugs,
then,
so it's okay.
Okay.
It's okay right now.
So once it's over, that's it. That's it. And it makes me think if I have a soul tie with my kid's father, because I have dreams about him still. We've been broken up like 17 years. I still have dreams about this guy. Like not in love dreams, but he still peeks in here and there.
So here's what I'm gonna say. What my understanding from soul ties is: soul ties is when you have unprotected sex with somebody. You know what I mean? All that transfer of fluid. It's like soul ties. That's how I perceive it to be. You know what I mean?
Yeah, it's a little more than that.
It's a little different.
It's a little more than that.
It's a little more, but it basically, you know what I mean? It happens. Soul ties, because you don't understand when you got a soul tie with somebody, what you feeling their energy or what they feeling at that time.
Call me Batman. 301-761-1040. Give us a little
bat signal in
rundown.
the air. Bat signal in the air. The bat signal. Look, I'm throwing the bat signal up. Come on.
I've seen people who, like, because we do know once you enter a woman, like that spirit type of thing is in there. It's in there. And everybody, it's just it's like a graveyard.
So you ever feel like when you with a woman and shit like that, you feel like after that you feel like, yo, there are times I feel my wife's energy. I can feel her energy when something's not right. When she's off or something's not right, I feel the energy. Even when I'm not there, I can feel it. You know what I mean? Which will make me call, hey, you okay? You okay? Yeah, I'm okay. But I know she's full of shit. But you know what I mean? You have those ties with people. Yes.
Batman, call me.
Call us.
I need to break this down a little bit.
All right. What do we have here?
I'm gonna go to some of. We got questions. Right or wrong?
Well, we got right and wrong.
Yep, I didn't.
Okay, don't worry, because I'm never here, so you know what I mean?
Yeah.
There's so much shit on here. She has been stacking this shit for the longest, man. We're going to get through some of this shit.
Ain't nothing we can't talk about. Right or wrong? What's in a man's heart comes out of his mouth?
It depends. It depends. You know what I mean? Right or wrong. If it's in my heart. Where the fuck you at?
So what's before that is,
okay,
I know you.
All right, I got you.
Okay.
Wait.
You can sue for anything? Keep going. Right here. Look, that's it.
Right there? Okay. So.
Yep. So what's in a man's heart comes out of his mouth? Basmati rice?
You know what I mean? They always say,
Right or wrong?
They always say, yeah.
No, I'm asking you, right or wrong? What's in a man's heart comes out of his mouth?
It will.
Not
eventually.
necessarily.
It will eventually. It will eventually. Like I say, and the reason why I say it will eventually, because let's say you're intoxicated or something like that, it's gonna come out. Or you're angry, it's prone to come out.
Okay. Hello, caller. Good morning. What up, though? Who we talking to?
Hello?
Hey, you got the signal.
Hello?
Can you hear us?
I'm sorry, hold on.
Okay.
Yeah, it's echoing.
It's echoing.
Okay, that's much better. Much better. So what a soul tie is?
Yes.
Is that the question?
Yeah,
Yes, please provide us a definition, please. Why we got echoes?
it's echo.
Okay.
Soul tie. Your soul is your emotions, your will, and your reasoning, your intellect, your free will. When you have sex with somebody, um, like Tone said, there's a transfer, not just a transfer of fluid, but a transfer of your spirit. Now, some women and men, we're so savage, we can have sex with somebody and it don't mean nothing. However, there are people who fall in love, deep love, and then some of us as men, Tone, right? We leave our imprint on that woman.
Yes.
We leave our program on her consciousness. And we can tell when another woman has a man's imprint on her consciousness.
Yes.
Y'all understand what I'm saying?
I do.
Oh, I got you. I definitely understand what you're saying.
They could be divorced or broke up for 10 years, but you going to have dinner with her, she's talking about him. Nigga, this is our first date. What you talking about him for?
Right.
Why are you referencing him? Why are you referencing her? If you're trying to get to know me. That's because in her subconscious, that program is still there. That's a soul tie.
Facts.
Then I don't have
Yeah.
that. I don't have that then. That's different. That's way different. Like it's none of
I
that.
would love to challenge you on that, Kiki,
Me too.
but I don't want to get in trouble.
No.
I'd love to challenge you on that.
I'll call you when I leave here. It's no problem.
All right, no doubt.
All right.
However, Tone, you dated that girl.
Mm-hmm.
You went out with her and you listened to her.
Mm-hmm.
You don't get mad at anything. You just listen to her.
Of course.
And 20 minutes out of a 1 hour date, she's talking about that nigga, man.
Easily, if not more than that, though, Batman. If not more than that. She keeps referencing, no matter what you're talking about, she always references back to him. Or back to something pertaining to them. You know what I mean? Then at that point, I'm going to continue on, but after that, the chances of me talking or dealing with you after that, I'm going to move on. I'm not fucking with it. It's not worth my time. You know what I mean?
You ask her one question, what happened with y'all? Why did y'all divorce? Why did y'all break up? And you observe the passion by which the passion that envelops her while she's explaining it.
Yes.
You say, oh no, that cat got energy left there.
Yes, you could tell.
Yeah.
As if she back in that moment.
Yes, reliving the moment.
Absolutely.
You ever noticed that?
No, I don't have that.
Yeah, I'm not saying you,
No,
but
no,
have you noticed people who
Yeah,
have that?
absolutely.
You know what I mean?
Absolutely.
Well, I'm over this individual, but if you ask them, like he said, what happened, their whole demeanor changes. Instantly, that emotion start coming out of them again about that shit. You're not over it.
Of course.
Not over it.
I see that every day. In my chair. In my chair, there's a person that.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
I see that a lot.
Mm-hmm. See, it's there. It's a real thing.
Another question that Cornell added was, have you ever had a homosexual experience? To add to that list of before you walk down the aisle questions.
Does that go for man and female?
Oh my.
Does that go
Yes.
back and forth?
Batman out on that one.
All right,
All right,
Batman.
Batman.
Yes.
That's
It's
a fair question.
Very
You know what I
fair.
mean? If no, so now I'm dating one woman and we getting ready to get married, and I ask her that shit. I'm really not gonna be tripping. She'll be like, well, I slept with a woman before. Really? You know what I mean? But most women would be able to tolerate it if it was a man. If a man looked and answered and was like, yeah, I slept with a man before. Because most women are gonna not want to hear, well, I was pegging him. He didn't peg me. You know what I mean? No, a woman's gonna be like, you gay, nigga.
But can a gay woman have that type of response to a man? Can a gay woman
What do you mean?
if I asked you, have you ever you asked me if I ever slept with somebody, and I said yes, I slept with a woman before. How can I have the audacity to treat you different when you tell me you slept with a man? Like it's the same thing.
Yeah, but that's that fucking double standard, though. You know what I mean? And chances are, if you slept with a woman, if you looked at me and you slept with a woman, for me, speaking of me, I can't speak of nobody, but me, if you looked and was like, hey, I slept with a woman, for real though, you interested in doing that again?
See, I can, as a woman who's never slept with another the same sex. I've never had a homosexual experience. I've never had a woman in no type of way, not attracted to him. I would have that response to a man if he say he did one time.
If a man, let's say it wasn't you.
But if I slept with another woman, I gotta give him that grace. I have to, because I would have to understand what it takes to be. You're attracted to the opposite sex. That shit is what the fuck it is. I, as a heterosexual woman, ain't going for it.
Okay.
But if I was bisexual,
even if it was a bisexual woman, I think even a bisexual woman would look at that and be like, "Yo, get the fuck out of here, nigga." Nah. But yo, even if listen, you not know, and you having this, and you asked your guy that question, and he says, "Yo, straight transparency, I slept with a man." How are you gonna feel?
If me as a heterosexual woman, I can't rock. Sorry, but
if you looked and said, "Yo, this was years ago. It just was one time experience."
I feel that, but that's not on my list of shit that I want out of my man.
Understandable.
That's not
understandable.
I don't know why. No.
Okay.
No. and I would probably explain it away like our woman explained, like it's not you, it's me. Like I don't want you to feel bad. You did that shit.
So for me, if a woman says that to me, I'm not going to be. That's not a deal breaker for me. You know what I mean? Now, if it's one of those things where this is something I gotta have. How do we incorporate this into my lifestyle? How do we incorporate me into this equation? You know what I mean? Because it's not just you anymore. You got to incorporate me. If you can't incorporate me in the equation, then some conversations would need to be had, of course. You can do you, but I'm a damn sure do me. But that's another ball game. That's another story for another day. Okay. What else we have on this list, Kiki? To make it to $1 million or $1 billion status, you have to sell your soul to the devil.
Right or wrong?
Not to millionaire status, though. You know what I mean? Not to millionaire status, you have to sell your soul to the devil. What do you consider selling your soul to the devil?
Doing things that you would not ordinarily do to get to the next level.
It depends on what my list is of things that I won't do to get to the next level. There are certain things that because my moral standard says there's certain things that as a man I'm not willing to sacrifice to get to this level. I'm just no matter on any fucking level, I'm not going to do that shit. That'd be a prime example. Hey, look, I got $5 billion over here, and you got a fucking nigga in the ass. I don't want the $5 million. I won't do it. I don't give a fuck. Some of you niggas be all there, but I do it, nigga. Nah, I had a question like that when would you suck a nigga dick for $1 million? Mm-hmm. You know what I mean?
I would.
But you're a woman, so that's a fucking no-brainer. But when you ask a guy that shit, some of these guys was like, I do it. You would sell your soul for $1 million to suck a nigga dick? Nah, B, I'm good. I don't need it like that. I don't want it like that. You know what I mean? But the ones that would do that shit, they have no moral code with them. They're willing to do anything, whatever it takes. You got to watch a motherfucker like that. You know what I mean?
So, speaking of moral code, what happened to the character development in our kids? Like, we used to develop, my parents' character developed me. My parents gave me ups, downs, left, rights, wrongs, ins, outs.
Because you don't have the big mamas of the family no more. And these parents and these kids are raising kids. You know what I mean? These kids, some of these parents, and some of these, you have parents that the TV raised their kids, or their parents just wasn't ever there. Or didn't put that into them. So now you're having kids, but you have nothing that was instilled in you. So how do you pour into this child if nothing was poured into you?
Case in point.
Okay.
I got something for you to see.
Okay.
Good. This nigga shit. see this nigga shit?
So who's at fault here? The father's there. You got
All
the
these
family.
motherfucking niggas standing there.
Look at the next one in line back there. Look at this. What is this?
That is your future fucking jail. That's your future fucking jailbirds. That is your fucking, you know what I mean? That is your future jailbirds. Right there. Because I saw that too. I saw that. Right? Kiki, come back to the stage. Come back to the stage. Come on back. Come on back with me. Come on back with me for a minute now, Kiki. Now, you see shit like that. All them niggas, that's, you know what I mean? You should call CPS on all them niggas. All them niggas should be brought up on charges. Them kids need to be removed from that motherfucking home instantly. And you know what I mean? What kind of shit is that? You got these niggas toting the fucking gun and thinking that's okay? But that's okay? You got grown-ass men standing behind them watching these little youngins do this shit and think that shit is cool? This comes from individuals like that. Their parents weren't there to pour into them. You know what I mean? Instead of the TV, the videos, the music raised these motherfuckers. That's who they listen to. So now all they have to give is what they heard in their music. All they have to give is what they saw on TV. They don't have no parenting skills. They don't have nothing. What do you do in that situation?
I don't care what raised you. That's wrong. People, so are you surmising these people don't know right from wrong? They don't know that that's wrong.
They're not seeing it like you seen it.
Old.
Kiki, their mindset is not like yours. You know what I mean? You
I'm
were
asking.
raised
I'm
different.
just
You know
asking.
what I mean?
Like,
You were raised different. No, they don't see nothing wrong with it. They think that shit is cool. They think that shit is like that.
a whole room full of them.
A whole firm.
It looked like
and so
at least
this is
15
behavior.
people.
This is behavior that's being instilled in this kid from a little. Obviously, he was real comfortable. He was bopping with the joint. You know
He's
what I mean?
seen it before.
He's seen it before. This is cool for him. This is what they introducing the kids. And then you wonder why these young kids are running around the street with no fear, doing whatever the fuck they want to do. You know what I mean? You don't have the big mamas. You don't have, man, daddy gonna whoop your ass if you fuck around playing like that. You don't have that anymore. I'm not saying that it's not out there. Not saying that. You know what I mean? It's out there, but it isn't like how it used to be. You know what I mean? Like back in the days, you running down the block doing some shit, and motherfucking Miss Johnson had seen you doing that shit, and already called your mama, and Miss Johnson had the right to whoop your ass. Then you got your ass whooped when you got home. You don't have that no more. So that's why you're gonna see shit like this.
So we don't develop our kids no more because your grandmama not there?
No, but who developed them? How can you develop somebody if you weren't developed yourself?
We gotta do something. We gotta do something.
What you gonna do about that?
We gotta do something.
I mean, there's nothing you can do at this point. There is nothing you can do at this point. It's a fashion statement to have a baby now. You know what I mean? It's a fashion statement. They just dropping them like they hotcakes. Especially, you know what I mean? You dropping babies like it's hotcakes, but you're still a baby yourself. So nobody, if your parents aren't there to pour into you, then what the fuck? You're gonna have that.
Are you familiar with the Pied Piper syndrome? I joke about it all the time.
Explain.
In short, any Pied Piper will stand up and walk out and will be followed blindly by many who will buy the same narrative easily and quickly due to their own ignorance and gullible minds devoid of knowledge, logic, and rationality. Which leads me to this question. Is moral and ethical dilemmas in education a strategy by the powers that be? The battle for the minds of the young and the challenges to traditional values might be seen as a fulfillment of times when truth would be thrown onto the ground. You think that it's a strategy? Like this is a strategy?
Yes, it is. Look at the hip hop videos. Look at the music today. It's a strategy. You know what I mean? To affect the minds of the young. You know what I mean? And as long as you can affect the minds of the young, you have them in complete control of you. They'll do whatever you want them to do. Sad.
So those who have young boys, you have a young son.
Yeah.
What's your strategy to keep him from the Pied Piper syndrome? I don't know if he has it or doesn't. I don't know if he follows his friends or if he's the ones that his friends follow. But what is your strategy?
My strategy is my son. I told him to be his own man. You don't follow nobody. You know what I mean? You don't put yourself in situations. And in the beginning, my son, he had struggles. You know what I mean? As any young man would have struggles. You know what I mean? And you have to be an active role in their lives. They got to hear from you all the time. You got to talk. You got to be a part of their lives because when the time comes that you're not a part of their life, the streets take over.
And you also have to be an example of what you're telling.
Course.
You gotta,
Of course.
you gotta show up in that same.
Okay, so
sense.
now if you show up and you're this nigga bouncing with guns and money and drugs and all this shit, what do you think they're gonna do? What do
So
you
unfair.
think your child is gonna do?
So unfair.
So now, with my son, you know what I mean? Yeah, I don't play that. My son don't play that. So like my son, he's got his mind is here, focused here. You know what I mean? He may see his friends out here doing X, Y, Z and all this other shit. I'm good. You know what I mean? He's still cordial with them, but I'm good. I'm not going to do that. I don't want to live that lifestyle. I'm okay over here. My son also had, you know what I mean? He got to see how his siblings lived. So he got to see what he wanted and he didn't want it. You know what I mean? So he watched his older siblings, you know what I mean, turn out to be complete fuck-ups. You want this lifestyle for yourself? No. So my son chooses a different path.
I just look around and I don't see examples. I don't.
Blackout,
see.
you ain't never lied, man. Back in those days, you did some shit on the block, nigga. Before you got home, nigga, you was getting fucked up going down the street, and then you had to deal with your mama. And when your mom, after your mama whoop your ass, when your daddy get home, he gonna wear that ass out too, nigga. You don't have them days no more. You know what I mean? Because here's the problem. The problem is when you what you're not doing with these people, with these kids. You know what I mean? These kids have no fear anymore. So, you know what I mean? And I blame this a lot on the government because you gave these kids this sense of entitlement. You can't touch me. You can't do this to me. You know what I mean? I'm a child. You can't do this to me. You've given these children too many rights. And when you do that, now you've created a beast. You've created kids with no fear because you ain't going to do nothing to me. What you going to do to me? So you see sad shit like this, man.
I wanted to report that. I really did. I really wanted.
I mean,
to report
of course, but okay. But how many people, you'd be surprised how many people in your neighborhood is living the same way. You can see them in the stores when you go in the stores the way they act. You could tell. You know what I mean? I'm not trying to be judgmental, but I can tell if I'm in the store and I can see a little bitch on the phone and the way she's snapping her gum and talking on the phone, the way she's carrying herself, and she got a fucking train load of fucking kids with her, I can tell what kind of environment they in.
Let me say this, because it threw me off the other day. One of my clients came in, and she arguably is one of those G14 chicks in the government.
Yeah.
Make good money is what I'm trying to say.
Yeah.
Move their family way out in one of these big ass houses, right? One of my coworkers came in the other day and was like, "Yo, you seen Shorty daughter?" I was like, "Nah." He was like, "Look, she came at me in my inbox." So he pulled the phone up. This chick is in the same hot tub because I went in their house and I saw all this, right? She in a hot tub twerking butt naked, like she on her mama's bed, and I was torn.
Mm-hmm.
I was torn because it was shown to me. I was torn. Do I tell this woman who's sitting here every week and do I tell her? Do I share with her that this is what your daughter is doing in your house? She's a stripper. Do I show her the girl that's popping pee all over Instagram? Like y'all answer me.
It's gonna come.
Y'all
It's
answer
gonna.
me that. Is it or mind my business because.
See, and there lies an issue. And there lies because back in the days, you didn't have that kind of a fucking problem. You could be like, yeah, I'm going to tell you this was going on with your kid, and people took it a little different. This is coming from your parents and your grandparents and your ancestors pouring into you. Mm-hmm. All that was poured into you. When you don't have that no more, now, who the fuck are you to come tell me about my kid? And then they want to fight you, they become defensive about it. So now you're like you said, do I say anything or I just shut the fuck up? What do I do at this point? You know what I mean?
You got 3 minutes.
It's crazy.
Okay.
You know what I mean, it doesn't matter where you go. These kids, you can raise these kids in the suburbs and put them in different, somewhere or another, they're going to find the hood. And it's just sad. It's sad. It's sad.
Here's a perspective in lieu of everything we spoke about today. Don't get stuck on stage. Know when to exit.
Yeah.
Pain is a lesson that pride won't let some learn.
Where's she at?
Come on.
Oh. Abuse ain't only physical. Words hurt too. Nigga, I know that. Look. I don't know whether to hear this. Being you is a gift, so never allow anyone to unwrap you.
And food for thought. Karma don't come from what you say.
It don't. All right, y'all. As we wrap this motherfucking fine Monday up, it was good to be back here and doing this again. Y'all probably won't see me again until the new year. It's just what it is. But stay tuned because this show is moving to an evening show. So, you know what I mean? There's a lot more involved with us doing an evening show. A lot more can be done. A lot more people.
Yes.
A lot of guests can be brought in. So it's going to be a little bit different. Just stay with us. Y'all been with us this long. Yeah.
Stick and stay. Stick and stay. Just
Stick and stay.
Ride it out with me. Just ride it out with us.
Just a little while longer, we'll be back on track. We're going to have this thing rolling like it ain't never stopped before. But it was good to come back and say some things today that I hadn't built up. You know what I mean?
I'm Kiki.
I'm Tone. Real Talk Uncensored. Peace.
Peace. Beltway Radio and beyond.